Economic data coming in from US. The retail sales in the US unexpectedly increased 0.3% month-on-month basis in November, and this rebounded from a fall in October, and it beat the market forecast as well. Data suggested a strong start of the holiday shopping season. Meanwhile, in another data point, mortgage rates, it fell below 7% for the first time in the US since mid-August. Remember, this is the 7th straight week that the rates have declined, and that was led by easing inflation as well as Fed's dovish stance on rates.
And on to some macro data from Japan then, as it released the factory activity data, which has narrowed for a 7th straight month in December, while the service sector made modest gains as weak demand and price pressures capped growth. Remember, it was the fastest deterioration in the last 10 months in the index, which has remained below the 50 threshold.
General Motors plans to lay off around 1,300 employees at two Michigan auto factories starting early next year. Now, this comes on the back of production cuts. Meanwhile, reports suggest General Motors Cruise has also announced laying off around 24% of its workforce as the self-driving car unit makes effort to reduce the spending over safety concerns.
And while a major deal has brewed in the global alcohol space, Italy's Campari is set to buy the historic French cognac house Courvoisier from Beam Suntory for $1.2 billion. This marks a big push with Campari's biggest acquisition ever. Now, Courvoisier is the fourth largest cognac producer globally after LVMH owned Hennessy, Remy Martin and Diageo.
And amidst a raging war in the Gaza Strip, the war in Ukraine continues. And in a show of support, European Union leaders have decided to initiate membership talks with Ukraine despite Hungary's previous objection. President Zelensky's response was filled with gratitude as well as optimism. His view is that this is a triumph amidst a period of adversity and strife.
Well, onto the conflict in Gaza then. Tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate amid the ongoing conflict. A day after rejecting a ceasefire, a US envoy has stressed the importance of precision in military strikes. In high-level discussions with Israeli officials in Cairo, the US envoy urged that IDF needs to minimize civilian casualties in the fight against Hamas.